Our Culinary Way. How to define the style, standards, and signature of your kitchen. Every chef I know has a way that they cook, but not every one of them can explain it, let alone teach it. Now I see this as a problem, because if your team can't reproduce your food, then you don't have a system, you are the system. And that's not scalable. That's not even sustainable. Piece of a much bigger pie that allows you to define what I call your culinary way. Now it's not just about taste or plating. The Culinary Way is a codified guide that explains how food is prepared in your operation, in your kitchen, what's required to execute it, how that's taught, and how food is to be understood in your kitchen. Your Culinary Way, in essence, is how you scale your food and its production. It's how you replicate leadership from plate to plate. Now, the Culinary Way answers 5 critical questions. What do we believe about food? How do we execute with excellence and consistency? What will we never compromise? What defines our signatures? And how do we teach it every day to everyone? And I found that if you can readily answer those 5 questions, then you truly are able to teach and scale your culinary operation. To me, this is what separates chefs who are run by their operations to taking control and running it. It's how I went from chasing consistency to building it. Now, the Culinary Way follows 6 key phases: discover, document, evaluate, redefine, build, and align. Each one helps clarify your culinary identity, and then operationalize it, refine it, and improve it. So let's walk through it step by step and explore how it helps you document your culinary style. Because culinary style, first 2 phases of this. So it starts with a reflection. What is your culinary history? Understanding where you came from, understanding what you do, how you do it, and why. To help narrow this down. And more specifically, things that really help you here is to define what techniques and ingredients show up again and again. What is your architecture of flavor? AKA, how do you build flavor? More specifically, what do you finish with? What stocks do you insist on making? Or what do you buy? What do you store? What are your pantry items? Then it goes deeper. Why do you cook the way that you do? If you've never answered that question, take a minute, answer that question, and you might come up with some pretty cool answers. You might even come across some things that you didn't actually think about in a really long time. Another one of my favorite questions is, how do you define delicious? Why do you cook? All of these things are the building blocks for what I consider the culinary backbone. Culinary backbone is what everything else in your kitchen needs to be built on top of, so to me it needs to be well defined and really strong. And it's the first step toward defining your culinary style. Step 2 in the process of defining your culinary style, which also helps you define and build your culinary way, is essentially documenting, describing your clear benchmarks. And the things that need to be benchmarked are, very specifically, your non-negotiables. What are your standards for foundational cooking, for fundamental things? What's acceptable? What's not? What are your go-tos as far as salt, fat, and acid? Think of this as very clearly codifying your habits into expectations. You are no longer just cooking. You may start this process as a cook, but the idea is to design replicatable execution so that you can package your process based on your expertise. To me, that's the culinary style. And then once that's done, we can take it further. We can take it into step 3 in the Culinary Way after it's documented, and then reflect on it to make culinary style a part of the way by evaluating it. Is this who you want to be as a chef? Do you do things the way that you should? Is this how you cook? Is this how you want to cook? And then into step 4 and redefine what that means to you. It's active decision making as to, is it serving you? Do you need to evolve things? Once you step back, you can actually look at things in your process and say, what should these processes become? What assets do I want to incorporate into how I cook? What will I use? What are my primary pantry staples? What do I want to improve upon? This is where your culinary way matures from instinct to a leadership tool that you can use. From something that you do reactively or instinctively into something that you can potentially teach. In the Culinary Way, after step 4, we get into step 5, which is build. Then we need to build out the systems and the processes to deliver the food that you now envision, right? You look at what you do, you evaluate what you do. If you're happy with it, then great. Make sure that your systems are defined, your processes are defined so that people can utilize them and reproduce them. And then develop clear standards so that your stocks, your ratios, your base recipes, and your foundational items are clearly defined. Same with having clear principles to support that, making sure that you and your team have consistent, unified answers. And then we go into step 6, which is aligning the team with those pieces. And we can do this daily, using pre-shift tastings, checklists, and post-service breakdowns as coachable moments. I mean, the most important part with alignment is that it provides you with a clear indicator for success. Essentially, can your team cook like you without you? If not, you don't have a culinary way, you have a temporary solution that will always require you to hop in and fix it. When your culinary style is clear, your expectations become teachable, and your standards can be habituated. From that, your kitchen gains a rhythm that doesn't depend on you being there every moment of every day. And that's the beginning of the culinary way, the culinary style. It's not about having great food, it's about building a system where that food, that vision, and that leadership can all be replicated with or without you. Your legacy isn't in the dishes you make once. It's the ones that your team can replicate day in and day out consistently without you, in a way that you're proud of. If you're ready to stop running everything on instinct and start building a structure around your excellence, this is what I do every day with chefs inside of Beyond the Food. Click the link below the video to learn more, and let's define your culinary way. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you soon.